Hello and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be working on sum of prefix scores of strings. And in this one you're given an array of words of size n consisting of non-empty strings, and you define the score of a word as a number of strings such that the word is a prefix. So for this, the score of AB is 2 because AB is a prefix of AB and ABC. Return an array of n where answer I is the sum of scores of every non-empty prefix of words I, and a string is a prefix of itself. Okay. So for the first string here, this string has prefixes A, AB, and ABC. And so for A, there are 2 strings that have an A. And then for AB, there are 2 strings that have an AB. And ABC, there's 1. So this should be 5 total. And then here, there's 2 strings that have an A. And there's 2 strings that have AB. So this should be 4 total. And then here, there's 2 strings that have a B. And then only this string has BC, so 3. And then here there are 2 strings that have a B. Yeah. And then in the second one, there's only 1 word, so a word can be a prefix of... Actually, oh right, yeah, and actually no, there's more because the prefixes are A, AB, ABC, and ABCD. And so for this word has all of these prefixes, so each one has a count of 1, so then there's 4 prefixes with a count of 1, so you return 4. A little bit confusing, but basically you're asked, given an array of words, for each word, take every single prefix and add up the count of that prefix in every single word. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. So once again, for this, for ABC, the prefixes are A, AB, and ABC. And so the count of A is 1, 2, AB 1, 2, and ABC just 1. This is actually a pretty easy problem in my opinion, so I don't know why it's hard, but let's kind of walk through how this is, assuming you've done like some try problems recently. But basically a try is like a perfect scenario here. And what we can do is pretty simple, is we can just put every single word into a try. And I think I said before that a try usually has 2 things, right? It has a children array, which is like an edge array where the edge is a letter, and then it's an edge to other tries. And then it also has like is word or something like that to determine if that try is a word or not. But I said this can be modifiable to other things that we want. So what we can actually do for the tries, instead of having this is word thing, we can just store the number of times we've been here before. And then for a prefix, the number of times you've been here before will tell you how many words it's in. So let's kind of walk through how we build a try with this, where we do that. So with this AB, and then basically once we do that, then we can traverse the word and get all these. So I'll kind of show how that is. And then it's actually pretty simple if you understand how a try works. Okay, so let's have our root try. So we're putting in ABC. So we start at the top. So I guess we can write down the things we're putting in. So ABC, AB, BC, and B. Okay. So putting in ABC, we're going to start over here. And we're going to say, is A in our try? No, it's not. So we're going to make an edge from this try with A to a new try. And now every letter we traverse, we're going to mark the new try that we go to as like, we're going to increase its visited count. So here its visited count will be 1, right? Like the same is word or whatever you want to call it. We're going to have some variable in the try that will tell us how many times we've been here. And the number of times we've been here is how many times this prefix has been used. So far this prefix A has been used once. So then we check in here, is there a B? No, there's not, so we'll add a B. And once again, we make a new try, and we've been at this try once now. And then we add a C. C, and this try we've been here once. And then the word is done, so we do this word now. So AB. So we check, is there an A? Yes, there is, so we don't need to make a new try, we can just traverse. And because we visited this again, we increment the count. And then the B, is there a B? Yes, there is, so we will increment the count. And then for BC, there is no B, so we're going to add a B. It's going to go to a new try, and we've been here once. And then there's a C? No, there's not, so we'll add a C. And we've been here once. Okay. And now for this B, is there a B? Yes, there is, so we'll increment this. So every try represents how many times this has been visited. So for example, the word B has been visited twice. The word BC has been visited once. A twice. AB twice. And C once. And then for each word, we're going to traverse the try again. And then every single node we visit, we'll just count up. We'll just add up all of those. So we're going to traverse again. We're going to say, okay, let's traverse ABC again. Let's take everything we visit and we'll just add those up and that'll be our answer. So here for ABC, we're going to go A, B, C and add all of these up. So we'll reach 2 and 1. So we get a 5. And then for AB, we're going to go A, B for a total of 4. And then BC, total 3. And B for a total of 2. So that's all there is to it. You just put the nodes in the try. Instead of an is word boolean, you just have some number you increment. And then you traverse again for each one of these, and everything you go through, you just add up all of that, and that's the total prefix count for the word. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2. And it's the same for anything else. So pretty straightforward once you understand how tries work. And yeah, I think I've done some previous videos in tries. I think my previous ones probably try as well. So you can take a look at that. But basically with a try, this is really easy. And so let's take a look at the code. So we have a try, and then we have an insert function. And so I used a children array instead of a dictionary just to make it faster. In Python, you can use dictionary, but basically a try can have up to 26 children, up to 26 up to 26 characters in this case, right? A through Z. So we're going to have a children, and we're going to have the number of words we've seen, like the count or something, the number of times we've been here. And then when we insert a word, we start at the root, and then we go through the characters, and we say, okay, let's get the index of the character, because A will be 0, B will be 1, and so on. And if this edge doesn't exist, let's make the edge, and then let's traverse down to the next try, and then we will just increment the count at that one. So I guess this should actually be like this. Okay. Yeah. And then here, so pretty straightforward, you just make a root and you make a result array. And then for every single word, you insert it. And then for every single word, you get the count, right? So you get the count as 0, you start at the root, and then you go through every single character of the word, and you traverse the try, and you add up all the counts of all the tries that you traverse going down this thing, and then you just put it in the index of the word, and then you return. So actually, I think if you know how a try works, this is definitely not a hard problem. It's pretty straightforward medium. If you don't know how a try works, the solution might be a little bit trickier. I didn't think how to do without it. It definitely might be trickier. But I do think it's worth learning a try. I think it solves a lot of kind of unique problems. It's not a very hard data structure. It's literally just, a class that has two variables, which is just an edge to another try and some other variable. And so this is where I said the try you can use it for multiple things, right? If you need to check if it's the end of a word, you can have an is word boolean, or you can always have a number. Or if you need to see how many times you've passed this, you can have a count. You can do a bunch of different things here. So depending on your use case, you can modify exact variables you need. But basically, you're always going to have this children, and the other couple things you can modify to exactly what you need. And then you can have an insert method, or you can insert in your main method, whatever. Or you can have a traverse method, or you can traverse in your main method. I could have taken this and made another function in here to do this, which would be fine too. So whatever you prefer. Yeah, I think this ended up kind of slow for me in Java for some reason. In Python, it was actually a lot faster, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know what people did here. But yeah, you don't need to sort because we're essentially putting everything into the try, so it doesn't really matter. So, the time and space. So essentially, to put in characters into a try is basically if the number of words is n, let's say the number of characters is m, and it would be that, right? Because every single word, worst case scenario, every single word starts with a different character, and then you're gonna have to put in n times m try nodes. Worst case. Yeah. So this is this. So it traverses n by m space n by m as well. Yeah, and that's gonna be all for this one. So hopefully you liked it. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.